get something going here. Let me know where you're watching from this morning. Type it in the comments. South Africa, see you. I see your face, Bill. That's enough of that. What's up, folks? So I'm playing around with this arrangement that I did for the band, the church I used to music direct for. This is our arrangement. Most of you that know gospel music might recognize Karen Clark Sheard. We acknowledge your presence. This song is uh, an older song. Can you combine with some pianist player, maybe a jam session? We'll look into that, man. I was doing a lot of that on episode 2 and 3, I want to say, of Jermaine Morgan TV. We'll look into more of the collaboration stuff. Right now, I'm just kind of focusing on some other things right now, but the collaboration stuff is not out of the window just yet. So, yeah, like I said in one of my other posts, I had moved, so I'm in a different space, and where I was a little more convenient for people to come to. But now I'm just kind of I'm in a different spot. So once I kind of get all of that worked out, we'll look into that. So let's see here. I'm missing some comments. Warrior Base, so articulate and Chris. Man, thank you, Steve. Stephen. Thank you, Terrence. Sounds like some empowerment worship. Yeah, that's like I said, that's Karen Clark Sheard. When you gonna give a drum? Funny thing is, I'm not really a drummer, guys. I play. That's crazy. I play drums, and I actually started on drums, believe it or not. Somewhere in the mix, I like started on drums and went from drums to keyboard, from keyboard to guitar, and then from guitar to bass. But guitar has kind of always been like really my main instrument, so to speak, in the earlier years of my playing. Oh, okay, thank you. Angola, if I'm saying that correctly. So yeah, I started playing like guitar. Really, the first instrument I took serious. Everything I was kind of doodling on, so to speak. But guitar was kind of like my main thing, and then I later picked up the bass, started working out on bass. Long story short, I just love drums, man. I'm not really a bona fide real drummer, but I do what I do. I wouldn't call me for the gig, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I can get you through the gig. That's just me though. Good morning, Nathaniel. What's up, man? Yeah, so that's the thing, man. So with this arrangement, I'm giving other people time to jump on it, and for the people that are just now jumping on, be sure to drop where you chime in from. Let me know where you're watching from. It's always cool to see we have people watching from all around the world. I think this is so cool. What time is it there in Angola? However I'm saying it, I don't know if I'm saying it right. You said I am, but I still feel like I'm saying it wrong. But what time is it there? It's always so cool, man, to see where you guys are. Eliezer, good morning. Good morning to you. Let's see. But yeah, I did this trap part on this song because I wanted to switch it up. Any of you guys that know the original song, you know, it's just straightforward, 4 on the floor. What's up, Melvin? Yeah, so it's like a straight 4 on the floor, kind of a real earth, wind, and fire feeling. But because we brought this song back out and we wanted to do a little bit more modern version of it, we added that little trap part in there. Let's see here. New sub and beginner here. Do a quick shout out for us newbies on your products and improving playing. You're awesome. Watching from Maryland. Yes, sir. K Awesome. I see you. Rockdale. I see you. But yeah, man, it's I appreciate everybody. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. I forget to do that. Y'all forgive me. It's not intentional. But for all the new subscribers and the beginner players too, thank y'all, man, for hanging and rocking with me, man. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for watching the lessons. I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of messages. Some of you have hit me on direct message on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's J Morgan Bass. And I do try to respond to most stuff. Most stuff I try to respond to. Now, if you asking me stuff like, hey, give me your bass or give me a free bass, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I might not respond right away because I don't really know how to respond to that question. But sometimes I respond. But anyway, I'm being funny, y'all. But hey, man, welcome to y'all new subscribers. Welcome to the new players. Welcome to the world of bass. And that really kind of leads me to my topic that I'm not going to get into right yet. I'm going to play a little bit more before we start talking. But yeah, welcome. How long have you? If you're a new player on here, let me know that you're a new player. Let me know how long you've been playing, and also what are you playing? 4, 5, or 6 string. I'm curious to know who we have online this morning. And share this with somebody. If you haven't already shared it, be sure to share this. Share this on your Facebook page, or share it on your timeline or whatever. I want more people to chime in with us if we can. Let's see. It's 12:25. Oh wow, man, that's cool. That's cool. Greetings from Stoke on Trent, United Kingdom. Nathaniel, I see you, man. I see you, United Kingdom. Let's see here. Missing some stuff. Top of the morning, Tampa, Florida. I see you. Toccoa, Georgia. Is that how you, Toccoa? Toccoa? Okay. Oh, okay. I just realized who you were, Nathan. I read your message before I saw your name. I got you. I got you. I see you. You driving this morning. Good morning, Boston. What's up, Andrew? First 20 years learning the bass are the hardest. Absolutely right. I couldn't agree more, man. The first 20 years of learning are the hardest. But it's fun though. It's fun for you new players, man. Don't let that scare you. K Awesome, playing for 6 months, 4 string jazz bass. Hang in there. It's gonna get better. It's not gonna be that bad. It's gonna get better. Been playing since 1994, and I play a 5 string bass. I see you. 5 string P bass. That's cool. That's really cool. So before we jump in our conversation, and keep dropping the comments, y'all know I'm gonna scroll back up and I'm gonna respond. But I'm gonna play a little bit more. I'm gonna play around on this trap part just a little bit here on this song. I'm in the key. If you got your little bass out this morning, I'm in the key of this song modulated up to the key of B flat here in this section. All right, that's enough of that. All right, what's up, guys? Let me see. I missed some messages, some comments. Y'all can hear me doing all this stomping on the floor this morning. It's too early in the morning for me to be making all this noise. Newburn, I see you. You got your first Newburn in here jumping. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, my beginner player. Yeah, 6 months old. It's all good. Playing 6-string Anaconda. I think I seen that bass. Yeah. Fender 5-string. 15 years. Yeah, it normally takes you a while to figure out what you're doing. We play for a while and you figure out what you're doing in about the 5th year, I think. Still a straight newbie after 5 years, man. We're all newbies to some degree. I don't know Travis Dice. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I know who that is. Thank you for the bass comment. And how you learn to get around those without being lost. I'm getting better. It takes a minute, and I'll get to that question. 17 years, Stephen Powell, 17 years, playing a PB5 Carbon. Yes, sir. 17 years. You've been in there for a minute. What can I download tracks like this to practice? What's up from Texas? Get around the fretboard. All right, so going back to answering some of these questions about the fretboard, where you can get these backing tracks from, I have a lot of backing tracks on my website for free. There's some that are not for free, but if you go to my website, JermaineMorgan.net, and go to the shop tab, you see it on top of the page, there are a lot of free backing tracks. If you watch any of my videos, I kind of let you guys know that some of these backing tracks were available for free. Again, there are some that you can download, but even the ones that you pay for are no more than like 99 cents. But the majority of the backing tracks are for free. So yeah, you can get a lot of these different, not this particular one. I don't own the rights to this song. That's just a particular arrangement I did for the band at church. But yeah, like backing tracks galore. I have them on my website. So feel free, visit my site, blow it up today. I mean, you're not going to shut down the server, I hope. Just go and download as many backing tracks as you want from the website. I'm missing comments here. I see you from Texas. Let's see, the deep end of the fretboard. Yes, all right, so getting around the fretboard, we're talking, the point of today's broadcast, I've been giving y'all topics. We got to have a topic for everything, just to kind of have because me, I'll go on and on. If I don't have a topic of what I'm talking about, I'll just keep going. Oh, it's all good, Deucey. But yeah, getting around the fretboard, it does take a while. And I've seen a lot of comments that I've been playing for X amount of years, but I'm still feeling like a newbie. It's a natural experience. But one thing that I've learned in terms of being able to really kind of know this instrument, I don't know if we ever master anything. Um, some people can kind of consider it from another person's perspective. You might be considered a master of the instrument, but from your perspective, you're always learning new things. So you always kind of stay in that space. Well, if you're wise, you always kind of stay in that space of knowing, oh man, there's so much more I can learn on this thing. I haven't mastered it. Because to master is to suggest you know everything about it. And I don't know everything about the bass guitar. There's a lot I don't know. But you know, you could get to where you amass a lot of knowledge concerning the instrument. But still, placement, tone, I mean, it's just so many ins and outs. But just really kind of getting comfortable with it. The main point of today's broadcast or live stream, rather, is to kind of let you know, sharing. Give what you have, and you'll get more. I mean, it's just straightforward. Give what you have, and you'll get more. And what I mean by that, some of you may feel like you're still beginners, even if you've only been playing for 6 months. Like my guy said earlier, he's been playing for only 6 months. Well, in those 6 months, you've picked up something. You've picked up something in 6 months. And so the quickest way that I learned over the years for learning, because I've been teaching for way longer than, man, I've been teaching for at least 15 years. I've been teaching. And they weren't all formal lessons, Some of them would be like telephone calls. Hey, man, let me show you this new thing that I learned. Or, sitting down with somebody and we exchanging ideas and I'm just kind of showing somebody something that I worked on or a different way of approaching something and that kind of thing, as well as me pulling from other people. Now, I found the things I retained or the things I showed to people. The things that really stuck with me are the things I showed to somebody else. Because the way my brain is set up, the way my brain works, you could show me something all day long. Especially I got mentors of mine that would show me different things, and it'd take me a while. Back in the day, it would take me a while to get it and understand it. And once they showed it to me, once I finally figured it out there that day, I could play it. I went home later or picked up the bass the next day and I couldn't remember any of it. Like maybe a small fraction of it after I spent hours trying to get it with them in my presence. But on the other hand, if it's something I learn and I show somebody exactly what it is I'm doing and I break it down to them, no matter how insignificant it feels to you, even if it's just something as simple as a major scale. Like, hey man, let me show you how to play this major scale. If somebody else doesn't know how to do it and you show them that, you're automatically adding to your own vocabulary. And I'm gonna tell you why that's important. Because you can't teach anything that you don't know. So teaching or showing people something requires you to have some type of knowledge about it or to understand it enough to show it to someone. Other than that, you're going to be talking about something you have no clue to what you're talking about. And people are going to be confused. You're going to be confused while you're showing you. I think it's, let me see. I think it's you're going to be doing that and you're not going to know what you're talking about. But if you teach people something that you're certain of, you at least have one thing or one lick or one line, especially if you've been playing for 10 plus years or 5 plus years, you have that one go-to thing that you do. Show somebody what that one go-to thing is. Like it's your secret weapon. It's like, I might not know a whole bunch of stuff, but I know this little one thing I can do in the middle of this song and it's gonna send my playing on over. I dare you to start showing somebody that one thing, what you consider to be your secret weapon. Like, don't be afraid to give that stuff away. When we give that stuff away, we automatically start getting it back. That's why I'm not ever scared, and I've said this many times before, but that's why I'm not ever scared to share licks and ideas and the things that I know. I'm not afraid. Yeah, I mean, but it's like, Jonathan, it's like, man, you're not being afraid to show it because it says, one of my favorite books, the Bible, there's a scripture there that says, give and it shall be given. I'll just stop there. Give and it shall be given. And in my life, I can only attest for myself.
But that's been such a true, uh, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Ducey. Like that for me. That's been the truth. You give it and you'll get it back. So I can show you guys 1,000 licks, and I'll keep coming up with ideas. I'll keep getting stuff. I'll keep getting creative ways to do different things. The more I show people, um, the more I show people what I knew, the more things that begin to come to me. This whole YouTube thing almost didn't happen. A lot of you don't know that. But for me, this is a transparent moment for you guys. But for me, when I started doing these lessons, so to speak, I was asked to do the lessons by someone to post a lesson about something. And at that time, I wasn't really teaching like that. I'll break down a lick or something like that every now and again. And this is when I was first getting on YouTube, and it's been almost 8, 9 years ago when I first started posting content. And the whole lessons thing, man, I posted this one thing, and I was so nervous that I kind of messed up on some of the things that I was talking about. I lost my train of thought because I wasn't used to being in front of a camera, all that kind of stuff. So I said something wrong on the lesson. And because of that, in the comments, people start tearing into me. And they start, man, you this, you this. Mostly the theory people, the know-it-alls of music, what I call them. I have no problem with knowing theory or anybody, studying the instrument or studying the bass and knowing all the technical terms, knowing all the technical nuances, the ins and outs. Nothing wrong with that. But when you start using that information or start using that knowledge to bring people down, there's no point in you having the information. You should give it to somebody who's going to do something with it, in my opinion. So I digress. So people would tear into me in the comment section. So for a long time, I backed away from teaching anything else. I think it was like maybe almost a year or more that I didn't teach anything on YouTube. I was like, yep, I'm not doing it because I don't want to deal with people's mouth. And I was trying to help, and people trying to dig in to me, and I'm trying to help you out. Man, I'm doing this for you. So because of that, I pulled away, and so that whole thing almost didn't happen. During that time, though, I was still working on trying to grow and trying to become a better player. And it was still a struggle. It was such a struggle to try to pull myself out of that rut of, man, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. My playing should be here. It's not there. Just frustrated, all around just frustrated at how you sound. You don't know how your sound is affecting people because you're so stuck in yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're stuck into what you're doing, and you're just completely lost on what other people are receiving from your plan because you're so down on yourself. That's what I was dealing with. So I made the decision. I'm gonna cut this story real short, but I made the decision. Hey, I'm gonna start showing little stuff here and there because my friends got wore out. People that I would talk to on the phone. Every time I come up with a new lick or something like that, I'll call up somebody. Hey man, check this out. I got this little cool little thing. I know they got tired of hearing from me. So I said, you know what? Instead of always calling somebody on the phone, I'm going to start sharing this stuff. I'm going to start sharing this information. I would go live. I would get on Facebook Live. I would get on, I don't know if Facebook had live then, but I would post videos. That's what I would do. This was before live became a thing. I would post videos on YouTube. If you've been around for a while, you can go back and check out some of those videos. But I would post videos on YouTube. I'll break down this and show that. And then I think I started, what really kicked it off is when I started the little mini series where I started breaking down some little things. I can't even remember what I taught back then. It's been thousands of lessons ago. But I started breaking down different things, and I noticed each time I did a lesson, I would get better. Each time I would give a little bit more of myself, I would get better. Each time, I mean, it was without fail, I would get better. Every single time I showed something, I would get better. And I noticed during the times, because I was trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to show this week? And then as my lessons and things evolved, it made me dig deeper, and it made me ask the right questions that helped me to kind of steer my practice and my learning in the right direction. Now, that's another thing that could be stopping you from growing. You're not asking the right questions when you practice. You're not asking, okay, what should I be working on? Or how do I get to this? How do I get to that? But if you're trying to show somebody how to play the Phrygian mode, or if you're trying to show somebody how to properly play the major scale, you're going to look up, you're going to do some research, you're going to try to find things concerning whatever that thing. If you're trying to learn more about dominant and dominant and bebop and Dorian and all of this different, whatever the case may be, you're going to start doing research and you're going to look in the direction of the thing that you're trying to teach others. So it's going to help you to funnel or to have a destination for where you're trying to land when it comes to your practice time. So now you don't waste time for an hour doing you know what I'm saying? You don't waste an hour just jamming out. Now your practices are more centered around actually learning something. Now I'm not saying that you're not going to have the times that you work on random stuff and you just groove for an hour. That's fun. That's cool to do. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I encourage it, especially to my students. I encourage you to practice, to jam out, have fun, incorporate. One of the things, if you're one of my students, you're on here. One of the things I always say at the end of the lesson is incorporate this into into what you do. Incorporate this into your playing. Incorporate this, into all of your stuff that you're doing, because I want you to take whatever I'm giving you and put it into what you naturally do every single day. That's the way you're going to retain it, because if you're just playing a whole bunch of stuff that's foreign to you, it's like learning a foreign language. If you're just always learning this foreign thing and you're never talking to anybody that speaks that language, it's going to be hard to incorporate what you've learned. But if you take a few of these words that you're learning to enhance this language, this musical language that you have, you take a few of these foreign words and start implementing them into this musical language, because we can speak other languages in music and it all makes sense. Sometimes you can go a little too far left or a little too far to the right, depending on the genre of music that you're playing. But the good thing about the musical language, as opposed to speaking English and Spanish, you can't just start throwing English words in Spanish or whatever the case may be, or in French, whatever. They have words that sound similar, but in this musical language, we can be playing a gospel groove and I might have this jazz lick that I can manipulate it a little bit to make it work for this gospel situation, or make it work for this rock situation. I might take this lick right here. You know what I'm saying? I can take that and use it almost in any genre. I can take that same, I know it's a terrible example, but y'all get my point. I can take that same thing and add it in almost anything that I'm doing, because I can cater whatever this new thing I'm learning to fit whatever the genre of music I'm playing. If I can get away with playing licks or playing riffs or whatever the case may be. And this conversation is not about licks and riffs, so we ain't even trying to get on that right now. But the thing about it is taking what you learn, what you know, what's comfortable for you. Of course, if you're still working through it, I would say show that too. You might say, okay, I ain't completely sure, about this particular thing. But in trying to show someone else, you'll confirm what you know and you'll figure out what you don't know. You figure out the trouble parts of whatever it is you're trying to figure out. You're going to find the trouble spots of it and you're going to start cleaning those up naturally, because you want to be able to show people what it is you're talking about. Okay? You're going to find the trouble spots. And if you can't teach it to them that particular day, at least you now know, okay, I'm having a problem in this particular spot of this particular thing that I'm trying to show you. So in my practice time, next time I'll go and work on that thing. You know exactly what it is, as opposed to waiting until you perfect the whole thing. It might not need the whole thing perfected. It might just be a certain part of it that you need to work out. And once you're trying to show somebody else, you run into the trouble of it. Like, I had this whole thing that I was going to show you. I had this whole thing, but when I got to the middle part, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? So now you know exactly what to go and spend the most of your time on. And the thing about playing, going back to the comments that people had said about, man, I've been playing for X amount of years and still feel like a beginner. A lot of things you can do is learn how to maximize your practice time, so that you're getting the most, being most effective in your practice time. You're not wasting time. You're not wasting years doing the same thing. It might just be bad practice habits, bad things that you're working on in your practice time, as opposed to spending that time dealing with stuff that's moving you forward. Because if I'm calling myself practicing, but I'm actually rehearsing, going over stuff that I know over and over and over again, I'm probably not growing. Probably not growing as much as I would if I was implementing new stuff, working out that new stuff, showing somebody what I just learned, implementing some more stuff. Because what happens, the more you play that stuff, the more you show people, it's getting deposited into your, your subconscious and your muscle memory. So now, because you talked about it and you showed people and you broke it down for them, you know exactly what it is. If you didn't know it at first, you now know exactly what it is. And now that this is deposited into your muscle memory, you can start pulling it out at will. And now folks say, hey, man, what was that you just played? Oh, man, all of this was, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have to think about it anymore. It's part of your muscle memory. So those are the things you want to do. You want to start showing and sharing with people what it is you have, what it is you know, because those are the ways that we grow when we show these things that we already know, things that we're already comfortable with. Let's see here. Biblical principle. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. It's so bad here in Nigeria. People don't like giving or impacting people what they know, even attach money, even if they attach money to it. But you can't do anything about that. I mean, that might be Nigeria, but that's everywhere. I mean, to be honest, when I was starting out, I would ask people to show me a lot. Well, not show me a lot, but people to show me some of the things that they were doing. And they were kind of reluctant to even show me at the time when I was trying to grow as a player. Now, I don't take all of it personal because I know some people just didn't have the time. Some people didn't want to give up their secrets. Some people didn't want to make the time. So that's three different things. Some people don't have the time to show you what they know. They're busy. Some people work 9 to 5s. They are phenomenal players, but they have lives. They have jobs. They have other obligations. Some people don't have all those obligations. They don't want to make the time because they don't want to show you. It's just simple as that. If you learn on your own, that's cool, but they don't want to take the time out to show you certain things. That's another group of people. Then you have that group of people who they don't want to help anybody. They don't really want you to get it because they want to be the best. They want to remain at the top. And if they give you any of their secrets, they feel like that's going to pull them away from being at the top. So it is what it is. The thing that I'm encouraging in this video, though, is for you, or this live stream, rather, is for you to show what you know. In doing so, you'll get the things you need. When you give what you, and it's not just only to base, but it applies to life. When you give what you have freely, the way to maximizing your potential is to give what you have. The only way you can completely see what you have and know your value is if you give it. I mean, there's no other way around it. You can put a price tag on it and start charging people, well, I'm worth this certain amount, but you know for sure your worth once you start giving it away and you see how it's affecting other people. Now you have a track record of changing things for other people, of affecting lives of other people, whether that be musically or just in life in general. Because for me, I'm a firm believer. Don't get me wrong, there are phenomenal players who are terrible people. So before I make my statement again, I've said this in other lives and other posts, but I believe the best players, the most effective players, are the ones who are great individuals. And there are some great individuals who are terrible players. But a lot of times, I can take a person who plays less notes, and they're way more effective, and you can feel a little bit more from them when it's coming from a genuine place, as opposed to somebody who's all about themselves, they're just good. They can take you on an emotional roller coaster because of the level of their talent or the level of their gifting. But the people that they do things that stick with you, it's like there's a deeper thing there. They have a heart for people. They don't mind giving. They don't mind sharing. And so when they do something, it hits you in a little different way. Because spirits connect. It hits you. It kind of lands somewhat of a different way when people are genuine and they have a heart for people, or they have a heart, or just even care about what they're doing. They're passionate about what they're doing. There's a love there. It has a different thing. And I'll make a point. Think of your favorite player, whoever that might be. Keep it to yourself. Don't tell me. And think of a player that just moves you when you hear him. It might not be your favorite player, but a player or a musician or a singer that moves you when you hear him. There's a different level of passion when you hear that versus somebody who's just gifted and just has, I'm not going to start naming names because I don't want to put people out there, but versus somebody who just has an amazing talent and just can play 90 to nothing, just play, woo, look at me and look at my chops. Those people, as opposed to people who have a story behind their playing. For example, Eric Gales, if you guys don't know him, look him up. Eric Gales is like one of my favorite guitar players because I don't know if any of you know his story. Eric Gales has always been an amazing player. I kind of did some research on his career. I can't honestly say I followed his whole career because I didn't know him that long, but I got hip to him about 10 years ago or so. But as I got hip to him, he was recovering from kind of a drug addiction that he had, and he'd been in jail and all these different things. And so he was kind of getting back to playing and all this kind of stuff. Some of you might know the story. So he was getting back to playing and kind of getting his life back together and getting his career back together, because Eric Gales was a child prodigy, and he had been on Arsenio Hall and all these different shows at like 17, 18 years old as a guitar player, left-handed blues guitar player. But when you hear Eric play, it's just something about when that guy plays, man, you instantly connect with it, and you see his passion. It comes out not only in his body language, but it comes out in the instrument when he's playing, because there's a deeper connection there. And I don't know him personally, but something there tells me there's a care for people, a concern, a passion for other people there, or compassion for something other than himself. Some people can be selfless in ways they might be standoffish, and I want to make sure I'm describing this the right way. Some people might not be necessarily people person, but they have a care and a concern for something other than themselves, and you can tell it because it comes out in the playing. Now, it might be very expressive. It might be all over the place sometimes. But when there's something that's connected to you that you care a little bit more about other things higher than yourself, it's don't get me wrong, don't take away the self-love part. That is necessary. You definitely need the self-love thing. But when you connect with something that you place, over your own existence, like, you know what I'm saying? When you realize that you're playing for something, all right, let's, for the gospel and the Christian people on here, when you have a connection with God, and if you're not, don't get offended, but when you have a connection with God and you connect with that and you're playing, the feeling is completely different when you're just trying to show some lick you learn. When you really connect and you start tapping into the presence of God when you're playing, and I can only speak from my experiences as a believer and as a musician, that played gospel and Christian music all of my life, since I've been playing. When I started learning how to tap in with my instrument to what I believe and what I feel, because, we have all these different emotions going. If you ever been to church, or if you ever been in a church that, the spirit was high, or that's what the term they use, the spirit was high. It was one of them services that was really intense, and the Spirit of God was moving there, and you tapped into that in your playing. You notice you begin to do stuff that you can't explain. Something takes over that you can't take credit for. A lot of people like to take credit for. Of course, a lot of that comes in your practice and your preparation. You do practice and you prepare to be able to take advantage of those moments, because if you hadn't properly practiced and did the homework and the stuff necessary in those moments, it's hard to focus on just being in tune with the moment because you're so focused on trying not to mess up. So if you're not doing the right things, that keep you from feeling that whole thing of, man, I might mess up or whatever the case may be. You're not going to be able to be in tune with the moment. But when you put all of that energy, when you practice, start tapping in, once you start now getting into those places, and the cool thing about it, and I don't want to get super deep with y'all, but it is what it is. The cool thing about it is you'll get to those places, you can get there in the privacy of your own home. And that's the cool thing about it. Now you're learning how to use this instrument as an extension of worship. You're learning how to use this instrument as an extension of your voice in terms of being able to truly express what you feel, even if you plan something simple. Learning how to express exactly what it is you feel as opposed to just trying to play mechanical scales. There's no feeling in that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say country. Ain't no feeling in that. You can't feel that. And you can play that fast. Oh man, I got my speed up. At this point, I'm not really concerned about speed. It's about connecting, about getting out what's inside of me. Because if I can play something, and really connect with God when I'm playing it, it makes a world of difference than just being able to play something that has no meaning and no value to it. Like, for instance, let's see. I'm gonna try to give an example real quick. Give me just a second. Trying to find an empty track. Make sure my bass in tune, because that'll throw me off. There we go. Some of them strings have moved on me. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. Connecting. This is what I mean by connecting as opposed to being mechanical. You don't have to be Victor Wooten. You don't have to be Marcus Miller. You don't have to be Jocko. Be you, but be honest. You get the idea. I'm not gonna keep going with that because I'll get serious, and it's hard to cut it off when I turn it on. But being able to snap into it just like that, you don't need an emotional roller coaster of church, emotional roller coaster of any gig for that matter. And I'm not saying that those things aren't necessary. I'm just saying when you can do that on your own, and it comes back to my point. It comes from being able to share what you have. Not being selfish. it all really comes down to that, not being selfish. Because when you share it, you get that information and you retain it better. You can hold on to the information better. And now you get the instant gratification of seeing somebody else uh, get further in their own thing from what you gave them. And so it makes you better and it encourages you to keep practicing. And it's like, oh man, this person is taking what I showed them and man, they're like really going with it. Unless you're a person, once again, if you kick in and you get selfish, you're going to get like offended by it or you're going to feel threatened. Like I showed them this and they took off with it, man. I ain't showing them nothing else. If you take that mentality, you'll stay stuck where you are. But if you're stuck, yeah, if you're jealous, you'll stay stuck. But if you start giving away what you know, whatever you get from the little bit that you get from my videos, start giving that away. I'm not worried about anybody taking anything from me. You can't take my sound because my sound is my fingerprint. It's like somebody saying, I got your fingerprint. That's impossible. You can't do that. You cannot take my sound. You can learn every lick I show you, but you'll never play it like I play it. And that's not an arrogant thing. That's just a fact. You won't play it like I play it because 9 times out of 10, the way I taught it to you, I'm probably not going to play it that way. I'm just because we don't do that. It's like I'm not a robot. I'm not going to do everything exactly the same way. Neither are you. So when you show someone what it is you have, you might show them the concept of what it is you're doing, but when that moment hits you and you start learning how to tap into that moment and really being honest with who you are, it's going to come out another way. It's going to come out another way. I'm sorry, y'all. I went on way too long on that point. I missed so many comments. Let me go back. I don't even I don't even know where I stopped at. Somebody was speaking another language, and I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry. um, I don't have Google Translate right now. So, all right, I'm trying to be honest. I ain't gonna say I'm trying to be. I'm being honest. It is what it is. Um, Iru, is that how you say it? Nito. Uh, Ducey, I'm just being honest, man. Just letting you guys know what has helped me. Because I think if we can start figuring out how to play from a different place, music can start being effective again. And I'm not saying music is not effective, but popular music today is so watered down, in my opinion. And somebody might get mad about this, but it is what it is. Like musicians are not popular anymore. And I think it's because people are so selfish now. And we want instant gratification. Of course, it has a lot to do with a lot of the politics of music as well, with the music industry and everything. But that's no longer an excuse because the industry has changed so much. Everything has went to streaming. Now you have to get right back now to the original intent of music. The original intent to give glory to God. You got to get back to it, regardless of how you feel, what you think about it. It can't be about you anymore. It can't be. People have perverted music so much over the years. We all like a good groove. We all like a great song. But notice the ones that stick with you the longest, the ones that just do something for you. You can listen to a song like make you bob your head. You can listen to a song that make you emotional. But the songs that empower you are songs that give glory to God. That's my. You got songs that hype you up. And you got songs that give lyrics that inspire you. You got songs that make you feel like you can go take on the world, you know what I'm saying? Or Rocky Balboa, you know, everybody ready to fight when they hear that song, Eye of a Tiger, you know what I'm saying? But there are certain songs that empower you to fulfill purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not promoting a certain type of music, but I am promoting the intent behind the music, the intent of your heart. Being pure, being honest, being true when you're creating music, not compromising yourself and compromising your integrity just to make a quick buck. Because when you do that, you're not empowering the next generation to create even better. When we be honest and we try to get back to the original intent of what it is what we're trying to do, we're empowering the next generation. Because notice, since music started getting more and more raunchy, each generation gets worse with their music. Think about it. Like, and I'm not gonna talk about any particular genres. Go and listen to the music that's on the radio. The stuff that is popular and most people want to hear, a lot of it has no substance to it. We can argue lyrics all day, but the substance about it, a lot of the principles about it are not true and honest principles that teach you about other people and caring about other people. We can sing a song about love and then get off and shoot each other in the street. And I ain't here to talk politics, but the music has to get back to original intent because that's one of the strongest influencers in the world, music. My opinion. All right, so let's go back. I'm missing stuff. God, dog, y'all been going in on these comments, and I'm trying to. I don't know. I don't know where I stopped. All right, I'm gonna go through them real quick. All right, Kingfish. Yep, Kingfish is a phenomenal. Anton, thank you, man. God is good. You are an awesome bass player, brother. Greetings from the Netherlands, man. Thank you for that, Danny Naga. If you're still here, thank you. Christopher Joseph, I see you. Tyrone Williams, that's exactly. I feel I want to serve God as I play. I want God to be glorified when I play. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us. It's my pleasure, Tyrone, man. Yeah, man, it's about that. It's about trying to get back to the original intent. Mario, what's up, man? Okenwa, Michael, I know Michael. Thank you, Anton, Floyd. If y'all got comments, drop them really quickly. I'm gonna try to read through them before I jump off of here. Let me see here. It must believe in God. Your life change all your situation. I suggest that you be. Me personally, it works for me. People got different beliefs. People have different convictions and all that kind of stuff. But serving God, Jesus in particular, is work for me. Can't speak for nobody else, but it works for me. It helped me. It saved me. Y'all don't know me past YouTube, but it saved me. To believe in God actually saved me. So you can talk bad about a whole bunch of stuff. Don't talk bad about him now. He helped me. That's the only reason I'm even here talking to y'all. Some dudes are like that. It's crazy. Yeah, that jealousy situation, I'm missing stuff from way back when y'all was talking. Thank you, Deucey. I'm a DJ also. I can give other guys all my songs, but they can't mix them. I play them. Nope, nobody can do them like you do. Jersey, Philly area. What's up, Anton? I see you. Yep, a lot of people won't share. It's up to us to share. Jason Taylor, I see you. All the best. All the best bases share. Justin, man, we know that we didn't. This is a gift from God, and it's up to us to steward the gift. When you start thinking the things that you have belong to you, and you are the owner, you lose them, or you start falling off because it's like you trying to take ownership for something that is not yours. This gift is temporary. It's gonna be once you die, somebody else is gonna be the GOAT or whoever, like whatever we want to call it. So know that you have a thing to make sure you give as much as you can while you're here, because you're not going to be here forever. You're going to be here at most 60, 70, 80 years. If you make it to 100, that's sweet, but more than likely, most of us aren't going to be here that long. So we have to make sure that we do the due diligence to share everything we have while we have the opportunity to. It's that competitive spirit that ruins honest emotional content. Yep. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little competition because it pushes you to get better. But when that competition or that competitive spirit, competitive nature completely takes over you to where you're now the person that has to always compete, your competitive nature should be the highest when you're competing against who you should be, who you have the potential to be. That's when that competitive nature should kick off, so you can compete against the person that you see yourself being in your mind. I want to beat, or I want to be as good or better than that person that I'm seeing. If I could hear myself playing it, well, I want to play it better than I hear it in my mind. So that competitive nature against myself, because I know I can be better than what I am. Not down on myself. There's a version of me that's really awesome, and I'm striving to catch him. That's the one I'm catching. Because that excellent version of myself is better than any other player that I can compete with. My opinion. I see you, Stephen. I keep saying your name wrong, man. Don't take it personal. I'm sorry. Aunt, what's up, Aunt? Uh, India, I see you. Philippines, I see you. Man, this is so cool seeing y'all from all around the world joining me this morning. As y'all know, I'm about to shut it down. I normally try to stay on here for an hour or less if possible. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, man. It means so much to me that y'all spent this hour with me. For the ones who've stuck around this entire time, thank you. I'm here every week. I'm here every Tuesday, 7:30 a.m. If anything changes, I always try to let you guys know. But every week I'm here, 7:30 a.m. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna play. We're gonna talk. We're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna get to know y'all. Y'all gonna get to know me a little bit more. We're gonna share. If this video or this stream has been helpful to you in any way, I encourage you to share. If you want to get more in depth on my lessons and the things like that, I encourage you to visit my website to check out JermaineMorgan.net. Check out the monthly membership lessons. Membership Plus is where it's at. You go to my website and become part of the Membership Plus option. You have access to all of the content in terms of the base lessons, the base videos, and all that kind of stuff that I create, the courses. You have access to everything. So be sure to check that out once you get off of here. Head over to my website and just check out what's there, what's available. I'm super excited that I have this new thing on my website where I'm offering life coaching calls. So some of the stuff that I share on here, I'd like to talk to some of you more one-on-one, especially some of y'all that's really seriously struggling just with that direction, that sense of worth. You know who you are. I'd love to help you. I'd love to talk to you. I'm making time now to do that. I have call sessions that we can schedule. Go to my website, JermaineMorgan.net, and click the coaching tab if you want to learn more about what it is that I'm doing there. And not saying that I'm the answer to everything for you, but I do know that I have information. I have stuff that I've been given, stuff that I've learned in my little 36 years here on earth that's really helped me. I came from a hard time in my life, from playing, just life in general, to just figuring it out and working things out on my own, or getting coaches, or not necessarily coaches. I had more mentors, and I had virtual coaches, people that I was kind of pulling information and pulling wisdom from. And these people kind of helped me to speed up things in my life in terms of cut some years and shave some years off of things that I would have made mistakes doing, simply by just getting counsel, getting wisdom from people that was outside of my circle or my sphere of influence. So, sometimes you may have to step outside and do what's necessary to get yourself to that next place that you're trying to go, and get yourself to the next place that you're trying to be. And over the years, like I said, I had plenty of requests to do it. I just never really had time before to make myself available for that type of thing. But I made it a point in this season of my life that I want to help and share and give as much as I can to as many people as possible. And there's no way possible for me to do it in all of these live feeds. Some of y'all get bored, and some of y'all we just simply don't have the time to do it here. But I am making myself available for phone calls. It's like one-on-one calls. We can do calls. We can do. I'm still trying to figure out how to do the FaceTime with these coaching calls, so we can at least get a sense of face-to-face. And if you're in the Atlanta area, maybe we can even kind of schedule where we can meet face-to-face, one-on-one, and just sit down and talk and see if we can come up with a plan and work through what you're dealing with to kind of get you to that next place. I can share my story with you, share how I got from point A to point B, point B to point C, even to this current place in my life. I'd love to give that to you guys. So if you're interested in that, I encourage you to check out my coaching calls on my website. You can see the plan, how you can set it up, how you can do it, which level, which amount of time you want to spend on the calls. It is already there. All you have to do is just go and sign up for it, and I love to do it. We can start scheduling as early as today if you guys want to do that. So anyway, I got to get off of here. I got some other things I got to get knocked out. It's been completely awesome talking to y'all today. I enjoy the comments that you guys share with me, man. I appreciate everybody chime in, all your encouragement, all the compliments, all that stuff. Thank y'all so much, man. I will be back on next week. Hopefully, I'll have another video out this week. If you haven't checked out my video that I posted on Saturday, I think, yeah, it was Saturday. I posted a new video, new lesson video. So be sure to check that out. You guys seem to be enjoying the new content from season 4. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for watching my stuff. K-Awesome, I see you. And for everybody else that commented and I didn't get to you, super lightweight, Aunt Bussy. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Warriors. I see I missed some comments. Yeah, man, get you one. Go ahead and get you one. I have a model that's coming out. It's an Isabella model that's being built. I need y'all to flood Warrior. Go flood Warrior. Go to their Facebook page. Ask them, where's Jermaine's base? We want it. Go flood them. But I have a signature Isabella model that's being built. It will be set up a lot like my 6-string bass. It will have 2 soap bar pickups in it, but it's this body. And the wood is a different wood. I can't remember exactly what the what the body is. I think it's an alder body. I'm not completely sure. We'll find out the specs and all that kind of stuff. But the neck, I'm gonna let all of that be a secret. It's gonna be a dope bass. You're gonna want to get it. You're gonna want to add it to your arsenal. So start flooding Warrior. Start emailing them. Start sending them messages. Tell them you want the bass. Speed up the process. But yeah, it's in the works, guys. So if you want to hold out and get the Jermaine Morgan signature, by all means, rock out. Anyway, I'm off of here. I appreciate you hanging with me today. I will see you guys on the next video. Thank y'all, man. Share this with somebody. Enjoy y'all's day. Have a blessed one. Enjoy your plan. Go share your information with somebody. I see you. It's cats like you that make learning great. Can't wait to see the signature bass. Yeah, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's my pleasure. My pleasure to share. Go share with somebody else. Go enjoy your day. Go enjoy your family. Go enjoy your life. I'm out of here. Peace.